Hey everyone, it's Spunkovai here for MMOBomb.com, and welcome to our first impressions of Racer Driftopia, a new arcade-style racing game that's being developed by Bugbear Entertainment and published actually by Namco under Steam. Now, Racer Driftopia, the actual Ridge Racer series rather, has been around for quite a number of years, since the early 90s, but it was originally developed by Namco, and only recently did Bugbear actually become a part of the development. Originally, Ridge Racer was a much more sort of like traditional style arcade racing game with more realistic physics, but once Bugbear sort of started working with Namco, it became much more of a almost I guess you could say drift or burnout style game, where a lot of it's about destructibility and blowing up and finding these shortcuts and using boosts and drifts and what have you. So it is very much like an old Rush style of arcade game, if you remember, if you ever played those at like pizza parties and whatnot. That is the style of gameplay that Ridge Racer Driftopia possesses. So as you can see here, I am in the main menu. The way the game works is you're able to select different tracks, and then you race against ghosts of other players, if you will, that allow you to compete for the best times. And if you get the best times, you rank lower and then actually unlock new cars and other sort of goodies for yourself. Now, the way this works is there are two progression systems. If we choose one of these levels, for example, Crash and Burn, which currently I possess the lowest rank out of all three of mine, 17,489. Not very low when you think about it, but for me, hey, no, not bad. But when you select one of these, you're able to select a car. Now, these cars are the first style of leveling up. So the way this works is you have all these slots for cars. You have to buy, after 2 slots, you have to buy extra slots for you to slot more cars. But these cars themselves allow you to level up and place extra points into their speed, acceleration, boost power, and strength. Strength being maybe their resilience or their ability to take other cars out, which we'll talk about in a little bit. This game is a lot about aggressiveness and destructibility, so you're always trying to, rack up the score by destroying stuff or going through shortcuts, which are usually going through areas that you destroy stuff, and by unlocking and leveling up your cars, you can go faster and you can do that better and drift better, etc. So the first thing you do, like I said, is you select your car. Now this is a level 2 car. I've leveled up once, and that bar there in the middle shows that it's about 3/4 of the way to leveling up again. You notice at the top where it says player Spunkovai up here, it says I'm level 2, and that is my other sort of like player level, and leveling up that allows me to unlock the ability of new tracks and new options for me to tackle. Now after this point, I get to select my booster, and if a booster is sort of like a one-time use item that allows you to sort of boost a specific area of your attributes. So I can increase my grip, or I can change my drivetrain to forward drive if I'm all-wheel drive, or I can even increase my drifting score. There's a lot of different style of boosters, and the one thing that I'm going to point out just to begin with is that you can buy more boosters. So if you run out of boosters, you can buy more boosters. It does reward you with boosters if you're doing well, but if you're sucking it up and you're not getting in the top sort of scores, you're not going to be able to get any boosters. And in that sense, it is immediately pay to win, because everybody can just buy these things that make them the best in that certain circumstance. And while that may not be a huge sort of like immediate sign to pay to win, as we continue this, you'll see more and more what I'm talking about. It's not just in the boosters, guys. Alright, so here, as you can see, these are all ghosts. These are not actual players. Well, they are players, but I'm not racing with them in real time. Interestingly, Unbound, which was the game before this, looked very similar, has almost the exact same style of mechanics. Obviously not free to play, and there's one of the immediate mechanics I wanted to show you. My car has been destroyed. Now, why has it been destroyed? Well, I flipped over, of course, and in any other racing game, and indeed the original Ridge Racer before this, Unbound, that uses the same mechanics, you would just reset your car, you would continue on your way, the race would still be going. But in the case of Ridge Racer Driftopia, you are out of the race, and you must now repair your car and then reattempt the race. Now, the reason I have to repair it is because I just flipped over. That's plain and simple. But I also will have to repair if I get slammed into, or if I hit something too hard like a wall, anything like that. Any sudden impact will destroy my car, and I'll have to spend these repair kits there. Now you notice I have 54. Everybody starts out with about 40 or 50, and then initially cars cost 2 to repair, but as you level them up, they will cost more and more. So in this case, level 2, it is increased by 1, so I now have to pay 3 repair kits in order to repair my car. So it's going to do that. It's going to minus that. Now, repair kits, you do get about 1 on average every time you win or do decently in a match. But there have been times where I've crashed 3 to 4 times before I even finish the actual map. And especially the track, rather. Especially if you are playing a track for the first time, you may not understand where everything is. And so you may not know I have to brake here or I have to boost here in order for me to, you know, not have an issue. Oh god, see? God, yeah, you see that? Okay, so someone sort of nudged me in the back there a little bit, and immediately my car got spun out, and I sort of drifted up a little bit, and all of a sudden I took too much damage, just like that. And now I'm having to pay repair yet again. Now you may be saying, well, why do you have to pay the repair? What happens if you don't pay the repair? I'll tell you what happens if you don't pay the repair. When that happens, you lose the car permanently. It's sort of like a perma-death, if you will. So obviously everybody wants to take the shortcut here because the shortcut is the most beneficial. And indeed, by hitting my little boost here, I can actually take out the other cars. Now this doesn't kill their cars or anything like that. Got to do a little bit of drifting here into the wall. Doesn't quite kill me there, thankfully. But it does take them out of the running, you know, and they don't really get any points for the car doing well. In these ghost race, you do get points outside of you actually racing because your ghost will race, and if it does well, then you get additional rewards. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. You want to use your boost when possible. Oh, this guy's right on my butt. It's all right. I'll just take him out there. Oh god, yes, there we go. I thought that was my car because it looked exactly the same. So what's cool is you notice that there says challenge prize pool. The challenge prize pool. Oh, he's on my butt here. Okay. Nope. Take out the, get out of the way. I need boost, but there's nothing really for me to boost here. Alright, so we're gonna, there we go. Oh yeah, I think I might be able to, I think I did take out a car. Yes, triple frag. Awesome. So it says frag up there, and basically what that means is when you take out a car, it becomes added to a prize pool. And this prize pool is a car pool that you can actually challenge. Once you level up, you can pick a car from it to challenge, and that car will actually, oh god, don't kill me, get off my back, come on, get this guy too, yeah. that prize pool will allow you to challenge one of those cars and earn or win that car if you're lucky enough to win the race 1v2, or 1v1 rather. So if you can win against that individual, then you'll gain that car, and then you can level up that car just like it's your own car. Alright, so I got first there, barely. Those guys were right up on my butt there. I don't know how in the world I was able to do that. I even got a new personal best record. Alright, so I already have the Ashburn 72 in my challenge pool. But all these other cars here, these are all just standard stock cars. So I'll just use another Ashburn 72, add that to my prize pool. And so when I level up to level 3, I will be able to challenge one of those cars and actually win it if I am successful enough. In fact, I may be able to do it right now. Maybe I'll show you that right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue here. My car levels up. I'm able to add a new point. And I'm going to challenge I think the Ashburn is the best car I have. Yeah. Oh, there's a DeLorean as well. Uncommon. Common. Let's go with an Ashburn though. It's pretty. Alright, so level up reward is heavy metal. Decrease airtime. And I gain 1 repair kit, and now I get to choose 2 cards. So this one will increase or reduce my tire spin, which is nice, and this one will increase my grip. I can only use 1 a match though. And now I can actually upgrade something selective of my car. So you notice my repair cost has gone up to 4. Now it increases the cost. Last time I put it in strength, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in acceleration this time. So to keep everything equalized, you want to have a good overall rounded. And now I can select my opponent. Challenge race. Now you get to choose challenge race opponents from your challenge prize pool. For each opponent you either frag or beat in the challenge race, you will receive a car card. Alright, so there's the Ashburns here, a couple different color ones. You even got a DeLorean, but then it starts getting into the common stuff. I'm going to go with this Ashburn because I like the blue color. And I'm going to say start race. Alrighty here. I'm not sure if I could have selected more than 1 or perhaps 2 opponents, but I have selected just this 1, which is fine. We'll see if we can be able to win. Oh, he is gone. Alright, well, hopefully I got some acceleration. I did upgrade my car, so I have 2 upgrades under my belt. Don't know what this guy had. I don't even know if I was lucky. Gonna get me some boost here, though. Do we even get boost in this? Let's see. It looks like we do get boost. Come on, a little more boost. This guy is like already gone. I don't even know what he didn't go through the middle here. He seems to have disappeared. I'm second. Where is the other guy? Let's just keep going through this construction area here. Don't mind me. I think it may be a bug because I have noticed that if a guy goes around the corner, sometimes you'll actually notice, oh, I'm getting all kinds of boost here. Oh god, don't. They'll just disappear and then you'll never catch up to them. I'm 4 seconds behind apparently. How in the world did I get 4 seconds behind? Alright, I do like the fact that it does show you sort of like updates. Yes, up, no, what? Okay, let's repair. Let's see if we can do this again. Looks like I can't. I did not get to. I did not get to win the car apparently. It's unfortunate. Alright, well that's a little bit of a bummer, but I did sort of lower my rank just a bit here. Now, if we go to a different race here, say the initiation, for example, I have we'll go with speed demons. I have a pretty high rank, and let's see if we can bring that down. We'll select this here. Let's say I wanted to change this car, okay? So the Grover Lee, I'm like, it's pretty terrible. I'm gonna hit Y here to change the car. And then I can choose from the pool of cards that I have. Now these are the common cards, and then if I go up and down, I'll be able to see whatever uncommon, rare, up to mythic cards that I own. They're basically almost like trading cards. It's like you can't trade them, you collect them. However, when you are actually trading out your car, the issue is that if it has any kind of progress, for example, if it's all halfway to level 2, you'll lose that progress when you're switching it out. So it's pretty unfortunate that it really sort of nickel and dimes you wherever possible, and that you're always having to like not want to move cars out. It doesn't just like allow you to freely, switch everything out and not have to worry about progress, always be able to come back, because you sort of get locked into a particular car and feel invested in that car even if you don't really necessarily like that car. Another little aspect I don't enjoy is this fact that I have to sell a car for repair kits. If you don't happen to be like that great at racing, or you have a pretty terrible car because you lose all your cars because you run out of repair kits, then you're forced to sell your cars. And in that respect, you never want to sell the things you feel like you worked so hard for, especially when the only way to get new cars is to challenge them and then win a race and then hope to God that the car that you challenged isn't just going to smoke you. You can also buy car packs, which again immediately shows you, oh look, I can spend $29.99 on 1 random mythic card, 2 random rare cards, 3 random uncommon cards, and then top gear booster packs plus 550 repair kits. In fact, if I wanted to buy repair kits, I could do that as well, just by backing up here and then going to the store, and I could be like, oh, repair kits, how many can I buy? Well, for $19.99 I could buy 3,000 and never worried about it again. If the repair kit aspect of the game wasn't a part of it, if you wrecked your car, even if it was like, hey, the race is over, you wrecked your car, I would be fine with that. But the fact that I feel like I can't play aggressive, I can't play the game how it feels like it's meant to be played, is pretty annoying and to some degree. I feel like I have to tippy-toe around certain aspects of how I drive because I'm punished by accidentally having some bad physic effect that causes me to lift off the air and fly through the air sideways or something like that and get stuck behind a backhoe, next to a wall. I mean, it's understandable to be like, oh, you wrecked, you're out of the race. Okay, I get that. But you shouldn't wreck for having a feather go underneath your wheel and fly up and, make you fly up in the air, causing you to do all kinds of unrealistic things. I get the fact that it is an arcade racing game. We have to remember that to a certain degree. This is not, any kind of Gran Turismo or anything like that. But you still expect a level of non-squirreliness, I guess you could say. I feel like this car becomes a plane anything above 160 miles an hour, and at that speed, I'm not too sure I'm qualified to fly this thing, essentially. Alright, so we're going to go through the stadium here. This guy's going to end up using his boost so that he gets the points before I do. Basically, like I said before, not wasting it, but little does he know I'm right on his tail. And that's going to end up giving me a little bit of good boost there because he actually sent me into a slide. Alright, so hopefully going to get some boost up here. I'd love to go over there, but I didn't get a chance. A little bit more. Give me those box boost, yeah. Box is giving me some boost. Alright. Also, I have to make mention of the rave music in the background. And 4 seconds ahead. Wow, I am crushing it this round. Look at me. Is the rock after me behind me? You can actually hit shift to see behind you. I'm getting chased. Do I have some money in a bank thing behind me? I don't know. Alright, I won the race. First place in this group of ghosts. New personal best record of 136. I didn't frag anybody though, so I can't add anybody to the prize pool, which is fine, I suppose. None of those cars look particularly intriguing, but it will continue here and see. Look at that. So I boosted my rank by almost 18,000. It was in the 36,000 when I started, with the same car nonetheless. And I have boosted up 18,000, total score of 15,434. Not the best, but it did increase my score. So if you really enjoy sort of like that sort of aspect of competition, you would like to see, you know, how much your ranking has increased, respective for each race that you progress in, you know, and you get a new personal time. It is a very quick way for you to see your personal progress just by seeing how much you've ranked up versus everybody else. But again, everybody else, if you don't race for a while, your score could drop. However, I'm still very, very bummed at the fact that you can't actually race against players in real time. There's no friends list. There's no ability for me to invite someone into a party and race against them, at least at this time. The game is currently in early access for Steam, which is essentially, you know, they're like, it's not done, quote unquote, but you can pay for it or pay for things in it in the case of a free-to-play game like this. In this case, significantly increases collateral boost gain. Okay, that's really oddly specific. Let's go ahead and pick that up then. Oh, it looks like I can pick 2 guards because I was in first place. So I get Slicks as well. I could have got Police Wannabe, which is significantly increases chase boost gain. 2 very specific cards. But still, only barely about 4th away into a level 4. And I've been here, I leveled up to level 3 fairly quickly. It only took me maybe like 4 or 5 races. 3 to 4 has already started sinking, I think, about 4 races now. So it does take a while to level up, and so you're going to be doing the same 3 zones here for a bit before you get your level 4 Shindu power all the way up. As you can see here, it continues to go up currently until level 15. You can also see the leaderboard there, and you can see your spirit activity by hitting Y. So if your spirit had been doing races yet, which in my case hasn't, you'll be seeing how many points it's accrued, and overall your total points, and then you get a reward at 300. It would be nice if you could actually watch the races to see how your spirit did, like actually watch it. But you know, that feature isn't available, and those are sort of like, I just feel like this is really lacking for any kind of multiplayer or free-to-play racing game. You want to have that ability to play with your friends and invite them in the races, and it's not fun just racing against strangers or just being like, oh, I got a better time than you. That's nice to a degree as sort of like a time attack mode, but the only other mode of play here is time challenge, and you can basically just sort of try to get the targeted time and get a reward. Now if you can click view rewards, you'll notice you get some pretty nice rewards for getting the challenge, but we don't know exactly how hard this is. Why don't we actually try this? So this challenge is left for 6 days. I can do this. To get the targeted tier 1, I have to get a minute. So I'm going to go ahead, I guess, and just use the reduced tire spin here and see exactly how hard this is. You know, it probably will take, my personal best apparently is a minute 54 when I tried this once a while ago. That's something I should mention. I wasn't able, this game has been on Steam early access for about a month now, but a little bit over the month maybe. But only recently was it able to be played by me. I couldn't actually get it to work. None of the races where everything just crashed continuously. It does seem to be stable now though. Alright, so got some boost, although I completely whiffed that and drove myself into a wall. That probably is not going to help me. Alright, another shortcut here. So I've got 30 seconds basically to get to my first rewards here. And maybe if I slam into every single wall that I can see, maybe I'll make it in time. You do get extra boost, like I said, for driving into things like, you know, parked benches and what have you, walls, and I don't think I'm gonna make it. What is going on here? I didn't even touch that. Structural integrity. I mean, this does. What was this? I mean, I could have totally crashed there easily. All right, so let's see if we can make it to tier 2. My car just decided to, out of nowhere. I don't even know. I mean, I would have felt pretty cheated right there if my car decided just to have destroyed itself off of, I don't know, a piece of paper that flew underneath my wheel. That's what I'm talking about with the physics. The physics are very squirrely at times. And I'm playing this with a mouse and keyboard. I would definitely recommend playing it with a gamepad. It certainly feels like it would be a lot more responsive. I'm basically just holding down the forward arrow key because I have to use shift to look behind me, control to boost, and then spacebar to actually slide. Those are the main controls. Did I get any of the rewards? I did get a personal best, but I didn't. 16 seconds for even the tier 3. So I would need a lot more upgrades, and certainly not slamming into walls and flying through the air in order for me to win any of those rewards. But that could be another way. At least it doesn't charge you repair kits. I wouldn't have been surprised if it had done that. But yeah, guys, that's going to be my overall first impressions here of Ridge Racer Driftopia. Overall, it's fun for a few games. Maybe, you know, if you really want to put the time and you're a good racer, you won't notice the repair kit costs so much, and there is that early grind. But for the average player, there's not too much here that's original. It is original in the sense that it's a polished experience, and the graphics are polished, the audio and everything is polished, the gameplay mechanics are fairly polished, but the system supporting that is not so much. And I feel like it's lacking some of the key features to making what makes, you know, playing next to someone in an arcade case in a Pizza Hut or something like that, or wherever you would go and play in an arcade. It lacks the ability to sort of connect with players, you know, and you're just playing against ghosts. So for a single player experience, it's not too bad. Multiplayer experience, it could be a lot better. That's going to be my impressions, guys. If you guys want to learn more about Ridge Racer Driftopia, go ahead and check down below at MMOBomb.com for the full gameplay profile. This has been Spunkify. I'll see you guys next time. Spunkify out. Later, guys.